God. The light of dick comes into play. Shit! Oh, there you go. Okay. I was about to say, I'm like, I don't know anybody on Twitch. I don't even know what Twitch is. I couldn't even tag Podcastrophe in a Facebook post. I'll get into that here in a minute. Once we're doing our thing. Oh, dude.
This is the part of the podcast where I usually just sit here and share the live feed.
Uh-huh. Okay. Perfect. So if I wave to that camera, oh, fuck yeah, look at that. Fuck yeah. There's going to be lots of harsh language. That's what kind of day it's been today. It's been a harsh language kind of day. Perfect.
If you could share it, get some views from your peeps.
Yeah. How do I do that?
You can go to the page, and it'll show us live. And just share
It's amazing that I can tune and ring and whatever to a $250,000 PA system, but I can't fucking share a goddamn Facebook post with people. All right, so I go to the Podcastrophe page.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I'll just go to where it says oh, there's the video of me. Baller. Do I click on the video?
There should be a button that says share.
Share? I've got book now.
What?
Yeah, here, look at this fucking thing. Here. That's what I've got going on there on the Podcastrophe page.
Alright, here we go. There, I just shared it.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Sweet. Well, that's awesome.
Boom.
I'm glad you were able to figure that out.
Figured it out.
And look, we already have 3 people watching. Hell yeah. If I can get 5, I'll be pretty damn happy with myself. Because tomorrow's also my birthday. So if I get 5 people, that'll be like a birthday present. I'll know that I've got 5 people that give one flying fuck about anything we have to say. Oh, 4. Hell yeah.
Oh, shit.
We're getting it. So when someone types a comment in, do you see it like 5 minutes later? Or like what's like the latency of that?
There's like a, it's not that bad of a delay, but it's a little bit, so.
Well, I always because I try to be a smartass in some of the previous ones you were doing, and I would type something that pertained to what was getting talked about, and then my comment would show up like 5 minutes later, and it made no sense with anything that was getting talked about then at that point in time, and it was like...
I just realized I had my input set to instrument for like the longest time.
Oh.
So I'm just like, I don't think anybody heard anything I was saying.
Right on.
That's all right.
That's okay.
That's okay.
What are you going to do?
Gonna do
7
nothing.
people. Well, happy fucking birthday. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
Look at that.
Hell
9
yeah.
people. My God.
This is how we do it.
Oh, we're inceptioning. Look at that. Hell yeah.
It says you're watching.
I was for a minute. No, I'm not anymore.
Kyle watched for the whole show that he was on.
Did he watch for the entire show? I guess that would
I
guess that would make sense. Like if I just clicked on it, there we go.
Yeah,
And I'll turn my volume down.
Him and Dave do that so they kept track of the comments.
That's pretty funny.
All right.
Oh, sweet. Somebody already left. We already made someone mad.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Cool. Well, Dick, what's up?
It's been real.
Yep. Shit.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and start the recording now. We're not even recording yet.
Oh, fuck. All right. Let's, marker.
Following journey into comics. Journey into comics. Journey into comics. Network. Production. I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. Stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come.
What exactly do you think the Day of Reckoning is? Like,
What do I think is going to happen, or
like, what do you think he's
it?
talking? What do you think Papa John is talking about when he says a Day of Reckoning?
I don't know
is
because
coming?
that dude ate what, like
He just said 40 pizzas
yeah.
in 30 days.
And he's still like on 2 legs. I don't know like how
But
like,
he's visibly damp.
he's visibly
Like,
damn. Yeah.
Do you think the day of reckoning that he's talking about is like he's just gonna start up like another pizza chain?
Or maybe it'll be like in like so the movie Demolition Man. You know how they had the you've seen that movie, right?
It's been a long ass
right.
time.
So in that movie, Taco Bell survives the franchise wars. So maybe like Papa John's got some crazy Skynet shit going on in the background where like he's just primed to survive the pizza franchise wars. Like Domino's is first; they're getting taken out because they're a major player.
Yeah, they are for sure.
I go with Domino's. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Domino's guy.
I'm a Domino's
But,
guy. I'm more of everything. I don't really discriminate except I don't like hot box.
You don't like?
I'm not a
Hot
big
Box?
fan of hot box.
See,
Everybody says the same thing to me, and I'm like, it's really mediocre pizza.
I like Hot Box a lot. The one that I don't like, that I used to love, that I hate now, that I can't stand, Pizza Hut.
Really?
Fucking horrible.
I used to always get the pan pizza from Pizza Hut,
That's pretty much like the only one that I go with.
and then I switched to the hand tossed. It's a little thinner, but I like it.
See,
I like the crust better.
I guess it's like when I was like long fucking time ago. Like I worked at a Pizza Hut, so it was like,
Okay.
you know, like I got to experience. That was back when they had like deep dish. It wasn't. They had pan and deep dish. That was a fucking thing, like way back in the day. But yeah, the pan's always when I go with the hand tossed. I can't vibe on it. It's not for me. Not for me.
Yeah.
Maybe let's see. Aaron Smith is watching, so
Aaron Smythe.
yeah. So he says
Oh, he says, wow, he agrees with me on hot
oh
box.
fuck you.
That's the first time. That's like one of the first time Aaron's ever agreed with me.
I was about to say that. Did you? Are you are recording
We're
this,
bonding.
right?
We're bonding right now.
All right, Aaron. It's 2 against 1 on this one. No, I used to. Well, that was like because like way back in the fucking day. So I used to live behind Harry's, and you know like Brandon Edging, like all
Yeah.
so he used to work at Hot Box,
Okay.
and like a whole bunch of like all of our friend group used to work there.
My friend Alan used to work at Hot Box.
What was his last name?
Dawson.
Yes, I know Alan
Yeah, you know
Dawson.
Alan.
No, yeah, I hung out with that kid. But well, he's not a kid anymore. But but yeah, like that was like, and it was like always because I would eat Hot Box like literally, I don't know, like every other fucking day because I just lived right there and he worked there. So I'd be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go get a pizza, eat, say hi, then we'll go drink and have a great night. And that was pretty much what happened for 15 years now. It's going on, but
Oh, wow.
yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much about that. But yeah, I go with a good solid Domino's now. Is pretty much
Domino's is pretty solid. But no, I seriously think he's gonna start a new pizza chain, and obviously he can't use the name Papa John's.
Well, what
anymore.
what is his deal with like Papa John's now? Like, is he like kicked out of it? Like, does he even
yeah,
own anything?
He was forced to resign
Okay.
because he apparently said some racist shit in a conference call.
See, I knew that he had said some stuff that some people would not like to have been said
Yeah.
in a phone call.
Yeah, and it was more with the context of it. It was more like,
Oh, Deb's watching. Hey, Deb.
yeah, see that? What up,
Fucking A.
Deb?
Cool.
I don't know if you know me, but we're friends on Facebook.
This is Dick. He's a guy.
I'm a guy.
Yeah,
I've
he's
been to
awesome.
the Knickerbocker a few times. But no, he's I guess within the context of what he said, he didn't actually say it as a like I'm saying this
Yeah.
to be racist. He was saying it in the context of this is a bad thing. I don't want my people saying this or some shit like that.
Yeah,
But-
because I remember when that whole like thing went down, and then like they pretty much like he doesn't own anything in the company anymore.
I
Like
guess
he's just
not.
out. Like he's just
Yeah.
done. They kicked him. Eh.
But what if he's trying to start a new pizza chain but he can't use the Papa John name, so he just puts on a fake mustache and a sombrero and he's Pappy Juan.
He starts a combination. No, this is what that would be fucking hilarious. Pappy Juan. You could do Pappy Hano. Pappy Hano would be another good one.
Nice.
Or he could start the first combination hybrid fried chicken pizza joint, Colonel John's Pizza and chicken. That is something that I think people could really enjoy.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
You know, I've had like Hispanic pizza because in Delphi there was this place that got turned into a pizza place, and the guy called it was Mr. D's Pizza, which was hilarious to me because I'm Dick.
Yeah.
I'm the D. I'm Mr. D.
You're the D. You are the D.
But he
There's no other D than you.
nope, not at all. Not even Tenacious.
Nope.
And then for some reason like that lasted a year, and he it wasn't that successful because we had a Pizza Hut. Like Delphi is just nothing but pizza chains.
Mm-hmm.
We got Pizza King, we got Monocle's, Pizza Hut, and then add that fourth one in, that Mr. D's Pizza, and
Yeah.
it's like it's not well known, no one knows it, so he's not gonna be successful. The next people that bought it, a family from Colombia,
Oh.
and honestly, they made way better pizza than him. His pizza was good. It
That
was
wasn't
different.
that wasn't flour they were putting on the crust, if you know what I mean. It was
The Colombian
yeah,
surprise.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I actually when I went, so I took a vacation down to Mexico back in October.
Yeah.
And it was funny because me and my buddy Kenny went down there.
Mhm.
So you know him. And so we go to this bar, and like I'm just eating like all sort, like every kind of taco I can fucking find, all sorts of like Mayan style seafood,
Yeah.
like all this crazy shit. He knows shit. Fucking sits down at this restaurant. He's like, "I'd like the pepperoni pizza, please." And I'm just like, "What?" He's like, "No, hold on a minute. Before you start talking shit, just give it a second, and you'll see what this is all about." I'm like, "Okay, do your thing." So he gets the pepperoni pizza. We'd also been drinking slightly. And by slightly, I mean heavily that night
You're in
also.
Mexico.
So at that point, yeah.
You're in
really.
Mexico.
Yeah.
If you're vacationing to Mexico, you're drinking pretty much
Exactly.
the whole time.
Well, and especially where we were, because it wasn't like super duper fucking packed. Like it was like
Yeah.
a nice, comfortable, cozy, like wander around, just fucking day drink all day and call it a day. So he gets this pepperoni pizza. This thing comes out and looks like a fucking Jack's pizza. I was just like, what in the hell? He's like, no, it's really good. So I'm like, all right. So I take a bite of this thing. It's a baller ass pepperoni. I don't know like what they did,
So
like the
it was
crust.
thin? It was
Yeah,
thin
it was.
like that?
It literally looked like a frozen pizza, but it was like it tasted just so fresh and amazing, and the crust was all just like salty and great, and
Mhm.
pepperoni was good. Like I can't describe it any other way. I was very surprised. I was like, I would not have thought you could get good
the sauce
pizza.
have a little kick in it.
It did. It did a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Throw a little cayenne pepper in that fucking sauce.
Mm-hmm. Throw some habaneros.
Habaneros.
Habaneros. Fuck yeah.
I used to do that shit at Monocle's all the time. Like it was mostly with crushed black pepper.
Yeah.
I'd throw that in the sauce and then pepperonis over it and then the cheese.
Put some jalapeno juice in there.
I loved making pizza,
Sort of
man.
around.
I say this all the time. I miss making pizza.
I feel like making pizza is one of those jobs that like you know how everyone always says like you should be like in the service industry for at least like a year just so you can
Oh yeah.
get it, you know.
Yeah.
Like I feel like making pizza like that would qualify in that realm. Like I feel like everybody should have the joy of making pizza for
Oh,
at
yeah.
least a month or two, just you know.
You know, I don't know much about like the other like chains, but Monocle's it's all like it seems like it's way more hands on with the making.
Yeah.
Because I've watched people at Pizza Hut and they have like, oh, we have like all of this automated stuff and
Mm-hmm.
and Domino's. I've watched them, and then they got the roller ovens.
Yeah, they take like fucking like what is it, like 6 minutes or something like
Yeah.
that to fucking make a
Monocle's
pizza.
stone oven. You just throw it on the
Brick
stone.
fire, yep.
Oh yeah,
Throw it right on in there.
good stuff. It is good stuff.
Best way to be.
So glad we're talking about pizza.
I know. Well, I'm excited because I get to go for work. I got to go to Chicago here in a couple of weeks,
Ooh.
and I've got to drop off this
Which one you
instrument.
going? Where are you going to?
Well, so hold on now.
Oh yeah.
Hold on now. I'm gonna get into this real since
Oh,
we're on
boy.
this topic and we
Oh,
got
boy.
some time. So I go with whenever I get deep dish up in Chicago, it's Luminati's. I go to Luminati's.
Okay,
That
never had
place,
that.
it is legit. I think, and if any one of the 4 people now that's watching wants to jump in and correct me, I'm pretty sure they were like one of the original like deep dish pizza places in Chicago. And I know like they all say that like we were the original, we were there, but I think Luminati's actually was like one of the first ones to do like deep dish in the city.
Okay.
And they are just they got like this buttery awesome crust, and like it's like my favorite thing to get there is I'll get like a sausage and mushroom, and it's just like this disc of sausage with like this big just disc of mozzarella and fucking like I don't know how to describe it, just pure heaven. And you can get, and they do the thing now too where you can get like the frozen pizzas to like take home and shit. So I don't do that though. I go up there, I'm like, all right, I'm dropping this off, place my order, go 2 blocks from where I'm gonna be at, grab it, call it a fucking day. So
I've only had Gino's East, which I really dig Gino's East. I really want to try Giordano's,
Giordano's is good. I like Giordano's.
but I hear you can get that in Indy.
Yeah.
I also question the authenticity of it in Indy.
That's kind of one of those things where it's like once you get like Like, at what point do people stop? Like, okay, so you got a baller ass pizza place in Chicago that's like, there's that. So then they branch out and they make another one on like the South Side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you find one in Northwest Indiana. Well, then one comes down to Indy.
Well, Northwest Indiana
And
is
at what
fake
point-
Chicago.
Well, it's hey, I'm from Hammond. I know all about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Okay, I know all about it. But fake Chicago.
Our
That's hilarious.
podfather, the head of this network that we're on.
The
he lives-
Podfather.
Yeah, we call him the Podfather. They call him Podfather. I call him Pod Daddy.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
he lives in Hammond.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
he's not from Hammond, but he lives up there.
What's his name?
Nate Phillips.
No clue who he is. Cool. Fuck yeah. But yeah, like, it does make you wonder, like, at what point, like, in that chain of events where, like, they just start popping up stores, like, when does it get watered down? When is it not as good as when you would have it up in Chicago or wherever, you know? Like, I don't know. That's why I don't like if I go to, like, you know, up in Northwest Indiana, like, what is that, like Geno's or whatever they have, like,
Yeah.
now, like, up off Route 30 or whatever. It's like, no, I'm not going to go there. I'm just going
I'll
to.
be up in Hammond this Saturday.
What are you doing in Hammond Saturday?
Our network's having like a little meeting powwow thing
Oh.
where we're going to discuss the network in the future and talk about things that need to be done better and just a all around meeting.
Okay. Okay. You got any surprises for us? Anything we're gonna work? Anything new we're gonna see in the future? Now look who's interviewing who. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't have any like big surprises for Podcastrophe. If anything, it's the opposite of surprise. It's like, hey, I'll just go ahead and get this out of the way. We're gonna take a month off. We're not gonna do anything for a month. We're going on a little hiatus.
All right.
So,
All right.
but if you're listening to this on the Journey into Comics Network feed, you're still going to be getting stuff. We're going to be shooting over some of our Podcastrophe exclusive stuff to you, so you have stuff to listen to.
Okay.
But if you're on the Podcastrophe feed, you're getting nothing
Well, all right then.
for a month.
There you have it, folks.
And then when we return, we're not going to be weekly anymore. We're going to bi-weekly.
Oh man.
So you're getting a little bit less of us, but hopefully that little bit less is
That
actually better.
That just means that then you have room for, like, you can bring on twice as many guests and make each podcast just amazing.
I mean, I only have as much room as that couch gives me, and only 4 microphone inputs.
That's fine. You can work with that.
Unless I want to go back to that focus right back there and go 8 inputs. But then not everybody's gonna first. I've explained this on the show before, but
Or you just put a stereo pair right here in the room and it captures everything.
I've done that.
Yeah.
I've used room mics.
How'd it turn out?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I only use the room mics for the live stream
Okay.
because for some reason on this focus right back here, the live stream only accepts the front 2 inputs.
Oh.
Everything else gets recorded fine.
Huh.
The live stream only hears these 2 inputs.
Well, that's weird.
So I just got 2 condensers and just put them up in the room.
Yeah, that's all you need.
But it gets a little echoey. The quality's not that great. I would rather just have. I mean, if I'm not going to have a bunch of people on the show,
Yeah.
I might as well just.
If it's just going to be you, whoever, and Dave Linder hanging out, you know,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
But
just do
it's
it up
been
simple.
nice because for the longest time, I didn't use this Pro Tools or the Apogee Quartet over here.
Uh-huh.
I didn't use it, and then I tested it out, and it turns out
How many different interfaces do you have over there? You have, like,
Oh,
everything
just
under the
2.
sun over there.
Just
Okay.
2. But I tested it out, and this one, all of the inputs work on the stream.
Nice.
So I don't know what I need to do to get that to work with all the inputs, but it's just easy with this.
Wish I had some advice.
Yeah.
I'm a sound guy with no advice.
You're a sound guy. What are you doing with your life?
Don't even get me started on that, buddy.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping that going bi-weekly, or first of all, taking the break, we're gonna be working on a lot of stuff under the hood.
Yeah.
We're gonna be trying to promote ourselves more, get some more stuff maybe designed like merch.
Yeah.
So you can wear shit and represent us.
I'd rock a Podcastrophe hoodie or something.
Hell
That'd be pretty
yeah.
cool.
Hell yeah.
And then you'll have some other time for side projects.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Side projects like our band.
That has yet to practice.
That has yet to
Fucking
practice.
boring.
However,
But we've had lots of talks. We've had
had-
lots of talks.
and I actually had an in-person talk the other night with one of our guitarists.
Yeah, that was like you were saying. You and Aaron had a pretty good,
you
good
just-
chat about stuff.
I kind of thought the whole thing was canceled.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just sitting in the living room watching TV.
He just showed up.
He just shows up. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm hanging out with Aaron,
Hell yeah.
which was all right because
Yeah.
we had a really kick-ass conversation. You know,
I'm excited to see, and like I said, like like I told you, like I mean, like everything with Arcos is going great. You know, I mean, like
yeah.
and that's awesome and all. But I mean, like, even we have a show February 28th. Come on out, North End Pub. Expect to see everybody there. Great.
I'll be there.
But like I know me and you had talked about playing music for like a while now, like just doing something kind of just for fun, like nothing crazy, and then like that's like when you asked me, you were like, yeah, like you want to play some drums, kind of just practice like once or twice a month or something, maybe do like a show here and there. Be like, yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Nothing demanding.
And then and then you start talking about like some covers you wanted to do, and then like some other shit getting thrown out there. I'm like, oh, this will be pretty fucking fun. Like, yeah,
I want to do one cover a show. And I don't want to do like the typical covers. I just want to take some shit either that is just badass or that you just wouldn't expect.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, it's just the inspiration for it was I was at the Random Band Challenge this year, and Christopher Scott, the other guitarist in this project, I was watching him play, and it was his very first show.
That's what I had heard. I remember talking to him at the Doom Room New Year's Eve thing, and he was like, "Yeah, never played live."
I'm just sitting here watching him. I'm like, he's really good. I mean, he's been playing for years. This is his first show. I mean, it'd be really cool to see if he would want to do something.
Yeah.
And so, of course, I hit him up, and then talking to him, I was like, fuck it, let's see who else wants to be in it. Make a status. Next thing I know, I got you hitting me up saying, hey, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I got a drummer. Then Aaron hits me up just out of the blue. I haven't talked to him in probably a year or two. And it's just, hey,
got some guitar action going on.
So
well, and stuff like that too is like, I mean, like, like it's just sometimes just fun to like just jam out and play around, and just like enjoy what you're doing. Not that like I said, like not that I don't enjoy what I'm doing with Arcos, because we got a lot of like really cool, fun stuff coming up. Like we got a music video. I think like Kyle might have talked about that the other night or something. I don't know if he brought it up or not, but like we got a music video we're in the works of doing. For some strange reason, people have actually been wanting the CD.
Yeah.
So those are been, going out and everything. And yeah, we got another show coming up. So
for some strange reason, the CD that's really good.
The CD that's really good has actually been flying out of the box. But
we don't get it.
I don't understand. No one.
I don't understand why people want the CD that we worked really hard on and it's really good.
Well, it's got my drumming on it. Who wants to hear that? God.
Aaron enjoyed it the other night.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, we were talking, and he's really excited for this because in the previous bands he's been in, he didn't really get to explore a lot of what he can do.
Yeah.
He was just in this box, and he said that was fine because it was fun, but there's a lot of different sides to him that he didn't get to explore guitar wise.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that sounds exactly why Alan hit me up for this, because he wants to do other stuff other than what's in his band. Arcos.
Well, it's funny too, because like I can't even like like we always say like and you've heard the music and when it's like kind of one of those things like Arcos is a very kind of unique sound. Like there's a lot of different influences coming in from all sorts of different places to where like you got Lance who's all about like he's listening to like Crowbar and Down and like all that stuff. Then you got like sludgy. I'm sitting here being like, let's do some Norma Jean and some Every Time I Die, or some fucking other shit. And then, you get Kyle, who's like, he likes that Maylene, other shit, like get some of that Southern influence in there. So it all comes together and makes some cool shit.
It really does. And then Andreas is just
incredible. But like, we'll always sit around and say it. It's like, Lance is like, oh man, like sometimes you just got to play in just play some metal and do it. And it's like, yeah, like sometimes you got to go back and just play like what you're having fun with. So yeah, dude, and like you start talking about just being like, I just want to do like metalcore bangers. And I'm like, yeah, I can get down with that.
Basically,
sounds fucking fine.
Like, for years, I do the whole Facebook memories thing.
Deb, I promise I will bring you a CD.
And she'd rock a podcast hoodie. If
Fuck
we
yeah,
make hoodies.
she would.
We'll at least do T-shirts.
She's gonna single-handedly branch you out into Chicago.
Hell yeah! I want to make shirts. Like I'm trying to figure out a design, and I've been gauging interest. I'll be like, hey, would you wear a T-shirt that says "Make every day a big dick day"? And like surprisingly, I've got a lot of yeses.
Yeah, man. Fuck, let's do that. Like, have that available next week, man. You let people buying that up, no problem. I'm
gonna try to figure out how to do like a pre-order system. That way, I can at least have the money to do.
So you can see just how many people want big dick on a regular basis.
Oh yeah,
I got you.
Well, do you understand the concept of a big dick day?
Yes, a big dick day. Do I understand the concept of a big dick day? Well, why don't you explain it to me?
So you've heard of the concept of big dick energy, correct?
I believe so.
Where
yes.
it's just this confidence, this air of confidence about you.
Similar to what you would call big dog syndrome. Similar.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a big dick day is so I got
The
this-
BDD,
yeah,
if you will.
I got this concept from the song Big Dick Day. I can't remember who originally did it, but the band Pizza Face covered it, and it's fucking hilarious and awesome at the same time.
Mm.
Our intro is like an instrumental version that I did. Well, my friend Colby did it, and I mixed it, but I sent him the concept of it. It's just a shortened version with no lyrics in it. But so the song starts off with "Woke up this morning with my dick in my hand. My girl's to the right of me, just like I planned. It's gonna be a big dick day." So
Bra fucking though.
Oh yeah. So I came up with this idea of let's make that's our slogan. Make every day a big dick day.
Make every day a big dick
'Cause,
day.
I mean,
All right.
when you wake up in the morning, I've heard chicks say like it's a big booby day.
Yeah,
It's
they're having a good boob day.
My
Yeah.
boobs look great today.
Yeah.
I've heard friends of mine say that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so there's the concept of, oh, you look down and it's like, damn, I look huge today. I look huge, and that gives you confidence because
Yeah.
like, fuck, my dick looks huge today.
I'm
And
gonna
so
go
you're
out.
just
I'm gonna
walking
go out
around.
into the world and
You're
fucking
just
just
walking.
have at it.
You're just walking around like, fuck yeah, I'm making this world my bitch today.
I like that. I
It-
like that.
it's-
I think that.
it's just confidence and it's making it a good day. It's just it's the positivity in every day.
That reminds me. There's this guy on Instagram, and I'm not going to go too much into it, but he's a dude that I discovered. It's funny because he recently got out of prison. He did 10 years.
Okay.
Now follow me on this, all
Okay,
right?
I'm following.
And so he got out of prison. His name was Wes Watson, all right?
Wes
So if this
Watson.
podcast ever makes it across, big fan. But so he got like kind of known for like getting on YouTube, and he tells stories about what it's like in prison.
Okay.
Well, now he's like on Instagram. He's a personal trainer. He does like motivational speaking, basically. It's like what it comes
Okay.
down to. And he's all about basically like, you know, harnessing your inner positivity, like grabbing the day by the balls. And he actually says, he's like, if you're ever having like one of those days where it's like, well, I just can't get out of bed. He does this voice. He's like, I can't get out of bed today. Wes, this is just too hard for me. He's like, you look down, you look at your dick, realize you're a fucking man, you go about your fucking day. And like he's just like, he literally like, check this dude out because like he is
Okay.
intense too. Like he literally he'll be like, he sits there like there was somebody that like said something to him, and they were just like, Wes, what do you do when you get sick? He's like, I don't participate in being sick. I don't have time for that shit, so I just don't participate in it. So I don't do that, you know. He's
don't
like,
believe in
he's like,
sick.
I tune my inner frequency to where it's positive with the rest of the world, and I go out and I have my energy and I do what I got to do, and I don't participate in negative fucking shit anymore. And like this guy is just intense, man. He's like
Hell yeah.
jacked as fuck.
You
Yeah,
can't-
check
you
him
can't
out.
Argue
It's-
with that though. That's a great way to live.
Oh yeah, like it's fucking crazy. Like check his channel out.
Okay.
You'll dig it. And he's also a personal trainer, so he's got awesome like workout advice and like workout tips and like
Awesome.
dietary type
Perfect.
stuff. Like he goes really heavy into like managing your macros and like doing all that stuff. So
I don't believe in that.
but you don't
Not
belie-
for me at least.
You don't believe in macros?
I believe in them, but I don't believe in it for me. I'm more of the Derek White approach, if you know who that is.
Derek White?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, his tag, I guess his Twitter tag or whatever is AmpUD.
Amputee?
He's a Iraq war veteran.
Oh,
and
okay.
He lost his leg, and then he just got super jacked.
Okay, gotcha.
And he did. The first time I saw him, he did this how to lose weight video with it's how to lose weight with Derek White, and
Fucking
it's just
dope.
him just fucking off the whole time, trying to get like he's just drinking, getting drunk, and just giving you like advice the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then he does like this whole segment on like, oh, and like diet pills, you know, that use like hot words like incinerate and have like HD and all these other terms in the name
Mm-hmm.
or in description. Those things can fuck off. And he does like this whole skit. It's like, we'll just watch it.
Okay, yeah, that's
We'll watch it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna pop that up here. If you want to keep talking and fill this.
Yeah,
space
not a
up.
problem. I can
What
totally
just
fill this
happened?
space
I
up.
just lost.
You just
everything.
lost it. You fucked this whole thing
Chrome-
up.
Chrome.
It's
just
gone.
crashed.
It's gone. There's nothing
Chrome
you can
just
do
crashed.
now. The podcast is over. Thank everyone for watching. It's not actually. Sean Werner and Jacob Dwinger are watching. That is fucking baller. Sean Werner, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. I'm going to be seeing you probably this weekend because I'm going to hit you up to hang out.
Welcome to
Yeah.
Losing Weight with Derek.
Oh, I've seen this guy before. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Internet. Here we are again, answering
answering some frequently asked questions. Today
Yeah,
we're
this
tackling Derek. How do
I've
I
seen
lose weight?
some of the
Well,
stuff from
video
this
is here
guy
to help you
before.
From looking like 272 pounds of chewed bubble gum to looking like 205 pounds of hard dick,
You doing,
or
buddy?
whatever the female
Hope you're doing
equivalent
well.
of hard dick is. I'm not sure. This video is about nutritional tips for helping you lose weight. The purpose of this video, I'm just gonna assume you're exercising. Saying you want to
I'm
lose
just
weight
gonna
and
assume-
not exercise is kind of like saying
That's
you
like a
wanna
lot
have
of people.
sex,
It's funny how many
but
people
your
think that
clothes
they
on.
can get
And
like in
nobody ever
shape and
fucking
healthy,
tried
and they're
out
like,
the
"Well,
weights.
I'm on a diet." It's like, "Yeah, how much are you exercising?"
Rule
Well, I don't
down,
exercise, but my diet. It's like, yeah, okay, you need both parts of the coin there. You don't just do one or the other. You can exercise till the cows come home, but if you eat fucking McDonald's every day 3 times a day, it ain't gonna do any good.
Drink water while I'm drinking a beer, but it's a beautiful goddamn day to be an American.
It's a beautiful goddamn day to be
Go
an
fuck
American.
yourself.
Is that a Coors Light that he's got?
It is.
I would have expected him to have a Budweiser, but I get it. I get it. He's trying to drink water.
But we're not getting that deep in this video. Just drink fucking water. Rule 2.
Yep.
Stop fucking eating fast food.
No
Eat
fast
Yep, that's it. Yep.
Look, I don't follow any kind of specific fucking diet, but I follow the basics. I consume like 5 meals of something a day. A meal is a meat, a carb, and if you give a shit, a fruit or vegetable. To be honest, I consume almost no fruits and vegetables, but I do consume a lot
I
of
can't eat fruit to
Copenhagen.
save my life.
He
I
does
fucking
consume a lot of Copenhagen.
Meat.
chew that tobacco.
Meat. When I say meat, I mean lean meat, okay? I'm talking about chicken,
Oh, that's
steak,
awesome.
turkey, salmon, lean ground beef, okay? Meat is not a hot dog. Meat is not motherfucking Oscar Mayer bologna. Sausage isn't a meat. You want good lean protein, and that's your fucking meat. Carbs. Carbs in your meal, you kind of like stick to only a few things. I usually stick with rice, pasta, or some kind of potato.
I like this
You
video
have to
because
be
it is
careful about
it's
your carbs.
entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
You
and
want to limit them, but not
it's
eliminate
stupidly
them.
informational.
Carbs are energy. Your
Yeah,
carb
no,
intake
it's-
is kind of determined on how much energy.
Well,
you're
and it's funny because, like, yeah, I mean, like,
If you're
really,
not
like,
working out, you do want to eat less carbs. The same thing as
everybody
you
and
don't
their
take
mother
your
will
carbs
tell you how to
fasting
eat
to
healthy and
fill
proper.
it
And
up.
Lord knows I
That
know, like,
tank
I
is
am not the
already full.
aficionado
Otherwise,
on
you're
how to
going
eat
to
healthy.
vitamin
You know,
Sometimes for
but
my
I mean,
carbs,
like,
choose a
I
fruit,
know what to
right?
do
Like
if I need to.
raspberries or strawberries.
You know, I've lost weight before. I've gained plenty of weight before.
Yeah.
Done both ways, and it's like, it's actually pretty fucking simple if you just use your head.
Yeah.
And you don't like. A lot of it is just like watch when you're eating. Yeah, watch your portions and like. You know, like me, like if I'm trying to actually like lose weight, like I will, you know, do almost like an intermittent fasting type thing. you
Yeah.
know? And like that gets good results. You know, you got to know what you're doing with that too. You know, because you can pretty much just drink water. That's about it. But
Yeah. All right. That's enough of that. If you want to keep watching that video, just go watch it. Derek White, How to Lose Weight.
that was a good find. So we got, so we're
Oh.
plugging Derek White and Wes Watson now in this
Yes.
podcast. Hopefully somebody
I
sees
I
them.
finally remembered what the name of the product the fake product he was
Oh,
promoting.
what was it?
Metabafuck.
Fuck. Yes. Oh, I love that so much.
And
That's
then
amazing.
he gets an Indian guy, or a brown guy. I say that so fucking. Yeah,
Why does he
bad.
have to be brown?
Well, he even says he's like, look, I got a brown guy just to prove to prove the authenticity of this product. You'll believe anything a brown guy in a lab coat says.
It was funny. I was doing a show the other night. I won't go into details on the specifics of it, but there was a Indian British like pop star guy that came on at the end. And I was mixing him, and at one point in the show, he's like, everybody in here needs to be proud to be brown. And if you're brown, he just kept going on about being brown, and I'm just like, okay, that's interesting, you know. And like, I mean, I'm just like, yeah, dude, like, be proud to be brown. Like,
Yeah.
do what you got to do, man. Like, hey, it's cool, man. It's all gravy. But this guy was just going like on. He's like, oh, you motherfucking brown motherfuckers, I want you to be proud to be brown. And I'm like, are we at like a rally or is this a concert? Like, what is going on here? But they were definitely proud. It was a good time. were
Deb
partying.
says, sing portion control in a Prince-esque way. I'm guessing that's aimed at you.
Oh, that was portion control. That's the Prince noise right there.
Alan, you have such a way with voices. I think you have a great falsetto.
Portion control.
And he does like the best Michael McDonald impression.
Everybody's it now. I will say my affinity for impressions is a little bit fucked up right now because
Yeah.
unlike Wes Watson, apparently I do subscribe to getting sick because I've been sick as shit for the past two
That's what
fucking
you
weeks.
said.
Yeah.
So when you said you couldn't come over Sunday, or I guess I never officially like said, hey, we're not doing this.
Yeah, I didn't
tonight.
know. Well, so I got done with work at like.
I half expected you to just show up too. Once
Well, I
Aaron
got
did.
done at 5:30, and I had like literally, it felt like someone was taking a fucking nail and just driving
Yeah.
it right here into my head, and I was sick like all day. So it was fucked up. Like 2-3 weeks ago, I got this weird like fucking flu thing that wasn't. I don't even know what it was. It was the oddest thing ever because like I
Coronavirus.
was just like, no, I only drink Modelo, but that's a lie. Anyone that knows me knows I love Corona. So if anyone's gonna get coronavirus, it's gonna fucking be me. You know what coronavirus goes really well with, right?
Lyme.
A Lyme disease.
No.
Yep. I've also heard coronavirus referred to as the Kung flu
Yes.
and sweet and sour sicken.
Yes. I saw that one. I was trying to figure out what the second one was.
Yep. Oh, the fucking internet's a gold mine these
it
days.
really is. We do not give a fuck. One of my favorite memes is like we're so disconnected from like everything.
Uh-huh.
That the internet is so disconnected, or this generation on the internet is so disconnected that this will be our last. An asteroid will be coming towards the Earth, and this will be our last meme. And it's just like just some stupid meme.
Yep.
I can't remember. It's like, all right, I'm gonna head out or some shit.
How dare you assume what that asteroid is? What if it identifies as a comet?
It's not that pretty.
It's
You ain't pretty enough.
judging sparkly and ice filled.
You
But
win no prize.
you ain't no queen. Just get out. But no, like it's funny because like so yeah, I got this weird ass like it was like chills, and I had like this fucking
weird.
migraine from shit like for like 4 days. I don't ever get headaches or migraines or ever like I barely like for being almost 36 and going out and doing shit I do. Like you'd think I would feel worse on a day-to-day
Yeah.
basis, but I don't, you know, which I don't know, but I had massive headache, chills. I was like sweating, like it was ridiculous. So that lasted about 4 days, and then I had like a week off, and then I got this head cold from hell, which has been going on for like I don't know 5 days now.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I literally like I'm like the quintessential like that meme where it's like I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired like that. No, that is me right now. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I feel you because I've been sick more this year or this last 365 days. I'm not gonna say 2020.
Yeah.
It's like this last 365 days than I have been like in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just me getting slightly older and my body's just not able to just keep up,
Yeah.
or maybe it's because I have kids in my life now.
Yeah. That's right. You're a
kids-
family man.
Kids bring home shit, you know.
Yep.
Nothing against them; they're just carriers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I.
Fuck,
dude.
they're around all
Oh
their
no!
all their
Every
friends.
time like we were at the vault and like whenever like someone would get sick, we'd immediately look at Cray and just be like, "You did this. You're the one with kids. You brought him in." And he would even say, "Be like, yeah," because he would come in sick. He was always one of the first ones.
Yeah.
And then it would just fucking make its way around. Angelo go fucking scurrying off in the corner every time somebody coughs because he doesn't like being sick. But yeah, it was fucking funny because he would come he'd be like, "Cray, your fucking kids got you sick." And then he's like, "Yeah." And it just goes around.
Yep,
it goes
yep.
around.
Man, the vault. I miss that entire old crew so bad because I don't even like I don't know like how much you want to talk about that because I know you probably.
Well, I don't know. It was a kind of a traumatic time in my life.
Yeah, I don't know if you,
No,
like,
it's fine.
There's no shit talking.
No, I know. Yeah.
But like it's just not the same. It's
That's
not the
kind
same
of like
anymore.
what I'd heard. Like, and it was funny because like, you know, like, there's just so many different like. It is that the saga of that place and like all of us that work together, like what happened. It's like a fucking book because there's just so many different things that happened here, there, behind the scenes. There's various reasons everybody left, this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, you know, when it got down to it, you know, you had people that literally worked there for 6, 7, 8, 8 years, you
Yeah.
know, and it was like friendly faces. It was what kept people coming. Well, then all those people left, you know. And it like, you know, some on good terms, some on bad terms. It was like, you know, I'm not going to go into all the crazy fucking shit right now. But, you know, it's just one of those things where, fucking Big Mo's watching. Maybe I will go into some of the crazy shit. Kevin McHenry caused a lot of issues during Pool League, buying too many shots on fucking Wednesdays. But, no, but it was like, you know, like just people grow up, people go on, move on to other things, and it was
Yeah.
whatever. And yeah, and like it was funny because, and that's one of those things that like I will tell, like, you know, and I am not talking shit or anything like that, but there comes a point where you maybe need to realize, like, hey, I need to have some backup plans for when people move on. And it was just one of those things, like, for such a long time, that business never really needed it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, we were all there, and everybody was having a great time, and it was whatever. But, eventually people move on, and it's like, when there's just no one on deck to replace. And like, the bar culture, like, downtown has changed so drastically. I mean, just even in this town, not even downtown, fuck it, like, campus, downtown, the whole town as a whole, like, it's not what it used to be. You don't have a shit ton of people that knew what they were doing, just going through different bars and needing jobs and this, that, and the other thing. So, I don't know. I mean, like, it was always a good time, and it was fun. I want to see what stop participating, being sick. That's funny. But yeah, so now you've got a few people there that some people might recognize, but like, that hasn't been, like, it's literally like starting from scratch in there, and like,
I don't know anybody in there now.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
I know Angelo and Eric. That's it.
I walk in the door, and I mean, like, Seth is bartending. That's cool. Emily, I know who she is, but I mean, like, other than that, not a whole lot going on there too much anymore.
I don't really see people that I knew went there anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody that I used to hang out with there is there anymore, unless they're just there when I'm not. But
Yeah.
I think the only person I really see there often is, like, Alex Taylor.
Yeah.
that's really all I see, and a couple other people, but
yeah. And I mean, yeah, that's just one of those things to where it's like, it's different. I mean, everybody's kind of like, maybe that's just the way, like, the bar industry goes. You get waves of staff that bring in waves of people. Because, like, it happened, like, over the time I worked there, too. Like, when people like Gomez quit, like, there were a lot of people that, followed him out. When Copenhagen quit, there were people that didn't come back because he left, and you get a changing of clientele, and then you get people that replace them, and then, when people stop seeing their friends going to a certain place, they don't go there anymore. But then you get other groups that come up, and, like, like kids that just turned 21 or something that finally venture across the bridge. Well, then them and all their friends start fucking coming there to play pool, and it's a generation. And people don't think of, like, a bar as, like, a generational thing. It really is. It sounds stupid to say that, but it really is, like, a generational kind of thing,
Like, holy shit, this bar isn't, like, completely wall-to-wall. I'm speaking from the college perspective.
Yeah.
Right now. This isn't, like, wall-to-wall packed. There's not piss all over the floor.
Hey,
this is nice. This is actually kind of nice.
What's up, John? Haven't talked to you in fucking forever.
I don't even see anything in that chat.
Buddy John, I was watching.
Oh. Yeah.
But so I mean, like, and they'll be fine. I mean, like, they get new. I mean, it's like I said, old regulars leave, new regulars come in. But yeah, I mean, even like, I almost don't even know what to do. Like, now, like, I mean, usually now, like, if I go out, I mean, like, I'll go to the Vault every now and again. I'll go to the Black Sparrow. Usually is where I hang out a lot now.
Yeah.
I've
That's
actually
where Brandon's at, isn't he?
Yeah, he works there now. He's fucking loving it.
I've never been there.
It's pretty cool. I mean, they got good beer and good booze.
Yeah.
The food's fucking phenomenal. So
That's
I mean,
what he was talking it up to me. I'm like, that might be the place I have to start.
Dude,
going.
I went the other day, and just because I was like, I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna go get dinner. I walked in there, and I think I got there like right at 5. Yeah, because it was Sunday, and I had that Monday off. So I was like, I'm going to go out and fucking party tonight and do some drinking. And a bunch of people were getting together at a buddy of ours' apartment downtown, so I was killing time till he was ready. I walked into the Sparrow, and they had this pork shank on the menu. So it was like braised pork shank with like mashed like root vegetable or something on there. I was like, okay, that sounds pretty fucking good, I shit you not, this thing comes out. Like, the plate's here, the pork shank is like here. It's like standing up in the middle of the mashed like potatoes or whatever the fuck this stuff was, and it was like this tall, and I'm like, oh,
it's all about presentation.
I'm carving it off like I'm like one of those gyro slicers that like rotates. You shave the meat off. That's how I'm eating this pork shank, and I got done, and like I ate the bone, ate all the mashed potato stuff, and like this bone is just sitting in the middle of the plate, just dripping with stuff, and man, it was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, their food there is really good. I've also been going to the Blind Pig a little bit more.
That seems to be the spot nowadays.
Yeah,
like,
that joint's pretty cool, man. I mean, like, the staff there is awesome, and fucking.
I can't get into it. Like, well, one, I'm not a smoker, and so
yeah, that will do it.
And so, like, my wife and I, we're not really big into smelling like smoke.
Yeah,
but that's where pretty much all of our friends just keep going. So it's like,
yeah. It's a pretty cool vibe in there because they got like games and stuff you can do, and then like they have stuff you can watch, and then it's like a pretty open space, so you can usually sit and hang out, and I like the joint. I mean, I
wouldn't mind it if it wasn't for the smoke.
Yeah, I will say for that spot, it's funny because I'm pretty sure they've got to have like smoke eaters or something in there because it's not anywhere near as smoky as I figured it would be. Like, I remember like back when it used to be like the old Hunters and you could smoke in there. Yeah. And it was like, it used to get pretty, like, it looked like the Marlboro factory burned down in that bitch.
Yeah,
like, it
that.
was.
I was in there a few times with Hunters Down Under.
But yeah, I mean, like, but I think, having like, that's the nice thing I like about Sorry, participating
You're
and
good.
being sick again.
You're good.
But you know, that's kind of the cool thing about like the way the city is right now is you can choose whether to be smoking or not. So it's like a bar like that wants to go in and set up shop downstairs and be a like divey smoke-filled bar.
Yeah.
Great, fucking do it. Because if people don't like it, then they just won't go there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's that's kind of the way that I've always thought that should be handled is being like a business knows what it's getting into. You know, like
Pretty much. Yeah.
don't sit there and be like, well, we're gonna ban smoking in the city. No, fuck you. Like
I remember when the vault was smoking.
oh yeah, that was.
That was one of the things that kept me from going.
I was actually glad when it went not smoking because that got to be because we could all smoke when we were working there too.
Yeah.
So it was like, and I smoked for years. Like I quit like 3 years ago. You know, I smoked for a few months back up until about now. I haven't smoked in a little bit, but you know, it was like one of those things where, you know, we'd just sit there at the end of the bar just puffing, like the waitresses were coming up and like, here's our ticket, just chain smoking cigarettes the whole time. Like, you know, it was just fucking, it was something else. But yeah, when it went non-smoking, it was just
big space to just fill up with smoke too.
well, yeah. And then on top of that, like we had smoke eaters in there, but it's like, how many fucking square feet, 1,000 square feet is this that you have to try to clean the
Right.
air off one thing that looks like a
Right.
window air conditioning unit, you know? Like, hell no. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, like I think, you know, especially for bars downtown and around, it's like, you know, decide for yourself if you want to be fucking smoking. If somebody doesn't like it, then they just won't fucking go there. There's plenty of other places to go. You know, we got
Yeah.
what? Is that the old thing? We got more bars and restaurants per capita than like almost any other city in the country.
I
Like,
think that stretch on 26.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
that's what we're known for, or at one point was known for.
yeah.
Yeah, I miss going around downtown so much, but I just never have the time, and it's just like, and now it's like, okay,
Well, having a wife and kids and a full-time job will
Yeah,
do that
oh,
too.
for sure.
So,
no, it's just like she wants to, and I just don't have the motivation to.
yeah.
I mean, and
Well, and it does kind of get, I mean, like, you know, my best friends, like, you know, are all people I met through working downtown and, like, being involved in the bar scene and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's an awesome thing to be a part of. But, you know, at some point, it does kind of get tiresome. And it does get to the point where you're just like, well, I don't, well, all the boys downtown. Yeah. Yep. Like I said, smelling like the fucking Marlboro factory
Yeah,
burned
Deb
down all
says-
around you.
I remember when all of the bars downtown were smoking, you always had to wash your hair to go to bed.
Yep. Yeah.
That'd get
Oh, yeah.
exhausting.
You'd come home from work and, like, let's say you're just having one of those nights where you just want to, like, crawl into bed and, like, die. Like, you take your clothes off, go take a quick shower, go into bed, and, like, wake up in the morning and you're like, fuck, I got to start putting my clothes in the basement because the whole house just smells
Yeah.
like fucking smoke now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, like, the bar scene's an awesome thing to be a part of. People you meet are, like, fucking family. But, you know, eventually, just, like, now, especially, like, I'm not in it anymore. Like, man, like, I cannot ever go out 5 nights a week anymore. It's like, you know,
Mhm.
first of all, like, how I used to go out and spend hundreds of dollars a fucking week, you know, is a goddamn mystery. But, yeah, I mean, it was fucking fun. What'd you say, something else?
She says, "Stop making excuses, Dick. Take your wife out for a night on the town."
Oh, you heard it
honestly,
there.
I would love to. It's just money's not that great right now, so it's like we're trying to be smart about it.
Oh, but Dick, this is the healthiest economy ever. The stock market's doing so well.
yes, yes,
I'm not even going to get started on that bullshit.
it's for the best. I've said enough on the subject.
I know.
Uh,
That was that one day that was it the day you were by yourself? You went on kind of like a little political kind of tirade or whatever.
maybe.
And I was just sitting there. I was like, oh man, I wish I was talking to him right now. Like, yeah, go you.
Doesn't
fucking
happen often.
Fucking aid.
It's happening more and more often these days, but it usually doesn't come out from me because I usually don't like to talk about stuff that I'm not super educated on,
Yeah.
because while I have an opinion, I can't really back that opinion up very well. So
Yeah.
I just choose not to be vocal.
Oh, nobody
about
else
it,
seems to
but-
care.
Yeah, I know. I choose not to be very vocal about it, but at the same time, it's hard not to be vocal about it right now.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of those things too, where it's like, you know, it's always important to like do, and like I'm kind of the same way. Like I don't discuss too much of it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But you know, at the end of the day, I mean, like trying to actually like now it's getting to the point almost where it's like if you try to do homework into an issue, it is so hard to find like an actual credible
it's
source for
very
information. Like
incredibly hard.
it almost is like, you know, I mean, like we all know like what goes on, like, social media, online, all that other good stuff. But it's like people just like the amount of there's a few people that I keep on my Facebook feed that I really just don't like, and I'm sure there's plenty of people that do that with me just to I don't ever post things, but. I want to see what they say because I don't agree with anything they fucking say ever, but I just want to see the other side of the coin. Like I want to see that mentality, and also too, like I want to see if there's like any validity in like what their points are and what they're saying. I mean, like to assume that I'm right about everything or you're right about everything is fucking stupid. Listen to what other people have to say, and form opinions on that.
The things I've been using to. I go straight to the source.
But to tie up, most of what they post is all like fucking just bullshit, fucking news sites that don't even exist. And it's just like, how did you do this? Like, it's like, but it's like, like
name drop.
Yeah.
No, I just try. I do my best to go straight to the source with my information. So if I'm watching something, I'll just watch like C-SPAN. I'll watch it all unfold.
Yeah.
The best I can. So it's like I don't need to listen to what the people are saying about it. I can just hear what they're saying, what the people themselves are saying.
Yeah.
So and then form my own opinion from that, and it's easier that way. I think.
Yep.
You don't need some clickbaity article to tell you.
No, and it's crazy how much of that shit is out there. Like just how easy it is to literally get like, and this isn't my opinion, like how easy it is to just get wrong information on something. Like,
because half the people that are sharing these articles aren't even reading them. They're just reading the headline.
Yeah.
The article title, and then sharing it.
I'm
guilty of it.
Oh, yeah.
But half the time I share stuff, it's because, I'm going to check that out later when I can.
Yeah. And it is funny because, I mean, like, you can get things where it's like, scientists say that the sky is green. Get a load of this. You share kind of like how you just said, like people don't even fucking look into it. There was a guy that and I'm like I wish that I had recorded, like it's funny like doing what I do, like I get to hear like people speak that are actually pretty fucking knowledgeable on shit. I mean, it's over at Purdue, so it's like fuck. But there was a guy, his name was Eric Snodgrass. He's an atmospheric scientist, and he came in and he was talking about basically just like climate control, dealing with like farmers and stuff like that. And he did like, and I wish that I had recorded it. And I'm not gonna lie, a good chunk of what he was saying was like over my head, and I wish I could record so I could go back and listen to it, and actually pay attention, and not have this after I've been working for 9 hours straight since 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was actually like not brain dead, but like he was sitting there talking, and he was like, I'm not gonna get, because one of the farmers asked him, he was just like straight up like, what do you feel like, is the climate change fucking thing real or not, or like, what is your opinion on it? Like I want to know, and the guy just kind of like, he literally like put down his pencil and he stepped back and he was just like, I'm not going to get into too much of that because it just turns into a giant fucking argument. Like, and he didn't say fucking, this is me putting my own language, but he was like, I can tell you what I factually know from 30 years of research over the course of time and doing what I do for a job. I can tell you what I factually know based on what I have studied. And that is the only thing I can tell you. He's like, I'm not going to give you my opinion. I'm not going to get political on it. He was like, I can tell you. He's like, yeah, climate change is real. Are there certain aspects to it that people don't know about that aren't like being discussed? Yeah, there are. Like it actually might not hurt to have more carbon emissions in the ozone. And he went on this whole tirade about it. And like I said, like I'm not going to get too big into that because like kind of like you're saying, like I can't explain that right now, you know. So if you're curious, go look that guy up, Eric Snodgrass, atmospheric scientist. Read some of his work. Might be interesting. But
I'll just wait till he goes on Joe Rogan and listen.
Oh, Joe Rogan. I fucking love Joe Rogan. I fucking love Joe Rogan. That guy's got his stand-ups especially. I just watched I had a Triggered going on in the fucking office the other day, and I was just like, there's just so much comedy gold in that. Like,
he's just so funny, and he promotes himself as, he's like, I'm just some dumb ape.
Yeah,
I'm just some dumb ape.
Yeah. Well, and like my favorite thing is like he'll sit there and like he points out stuff, and he was just like, let's go into like he was talking about like when the dude that broke into the White House when he did that bit, and he was like, yep, this is what happens when you put a girl in charge of guarding the White House. And he's like, boo, you're hating on women, you're a monster. No, shut the fuck up. I'm not hating on women. Okay, I couldn't guard the fucking White House. All right, I'm telling you, certain people are just not qualified for certain jobs. You know. He's just sitting there. He's like, sometimes facts are facts. He's like, I have, fucking 3 daughters and a wife. I could beat the shit out of all of them. None of them are qualified to fucking guard the White House, like, and it's just like, and he goes on to where it's just like, has nothing to do with being a male or female. He's like, there's men that can't fucking do that job. There's plenty of men that can't do that job, But he just goes on. He's like, not everything is a fucking sexist fucking shit show. Like it's there's just certain
Yep.
facts about life.
That's so true.
Speaking of Alexandra Taylor, she just tuned in.
Yep.
What up, girl?
I should have had her on the show tonight. That would have been a great
Yeah,
combo.
there we go.
After I heard Dave wasn't going to be on the show tonight. I just started. I asked like a few people. Like I think I asked Brett Maxwell.
Oh, I'd have
That's
hung
all-
out with him. Yeah,
That's
that
all.
would've
That's all I asked.
been-
I was working.
I asked a few people. This one dude.
I was working. I was working, so it was hard to. I'm already in trouble for texting and stuff or being on my phone.
You
So
talking about me? Yes, we're talking about you.
yep.
We're
talking
gonna
about you,
gonna
Alex.
get you on a podcast one of these days. So clear your fucking schedule, I guess.
She's a fun one to have on this show. I've had her a few times.
Okay.
Uh,
I've talked to her plenty of times at the fucking
she's hilarious.
bar,
She's
hung out.
hysterical.
Oh yeah.
She's a character.
Oh yeah. So it's official. You got to bring your character ass into this couch one of these days.
It's been a minute. Last time she was on, I think, was around the night before Thanksgiving.
Nice.
I think it was her and my wife were on the show.
Ah, good old Black Wednesday, the day that no one remembers. It's called Black Wednesday because it's the biggest bar day of the year, and everyone goes out and gets hammered the day before Thanksgiving.
I've never experienced Black Wednesday from the drinking perspective. I've experienced it from I work at Monocle's and we just got slammed. 'Cause
Yeah.
everybody's in town.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's in town for the holidays, and nobody wants to cook the night before
Nope,
Thanksgiving.
not
where
a
you're
goddamn
cooking all
person.
day.
Yep.
So yeah, I Black Wednesday sucks.
Yeah, we used to. It was great because at the bar it was packed, and we would make a fucking killing that
Yeah.
night too. Like we would make just hand over fist fucking money. But yeah, it was a fucking pain in the ass because it's like the 2 times a year people go out to drink. It's like Wednesday and New Year's.
Yep.
And that's when people go out to fucking drink if they don't ever drink ever. So next thing you know, you got bar stools flying across the fucking room.
Yeah,
People
all those low
getting
tolerance
thrown out, and
fucks.
it's like, well, okay.
Those fucking lightweights.
It's like fucking Oprah with the cops, and you can go to jail, and you can go to jail, and you can go to jail. Like it's just madness.
But we're just having a good time. I actually watched. So last time I was at the Vault, I actually watched my first fight breakout. I've never seen a fight there.
Really?
Yeah, surprisingly, and all the times
And
I've
actually,
been there.
the vault really doesn't. I mean, like over my time there were some fights. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like there were some pretty fucking big fights, but it didn't happen very often. Actually, we were pretty good about making sure that kind of shit.
Oh yeah,
didn't happen
it was
too much.
it was the craziest thing because literally it was just like TV or the movies.
Yeah.
As soon as the fight broke out, music just shut down
Yep.
immediately. Like as soon as anybody realized a fight was going on, music's off, silence, everybody's watching.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, holy shit, it's like the movies.
Yeah. It's fucking nuts too because like when you watch when you watch people fighting like that, and we've all seen fighting in real life,
Yes.
But it's crazier when you watch it like in reality as opposed to like on TV or a movie or something, like in any way, shape, or form, like a live boxing match, a street fight, like any kind, just because like it honestly just looks so goofy because it's like you watch fighting on TV and it's just like all perfect, like it's just so perfect, like block the punch and move and do this and
Yeah.
that and everything. Some dude in a fucking bar, like, throws the bottle at the guy's head, nicks the guy's ear. The dude ducks, trips over his own shoe, accidentally hits the girl in the mouth. Some guy then tackles him into the wall, goes flying through a door. Like
Just chaos.
Yeah, like, it's never, like, that perfect, but,
It's just
yeah.
absolute chaos.
That reminds me of the time, the craziest thing at the fucking vault. We had what was it? It had to have been somewhere around, like, 30 people that were involved in just this giant brawl. And because a guy had said something to another guy that was actually totally not offensive, but he had said something to him and he was drunk and lost it. And a fucking fight broke out between those two. So then that guy's friends come out. So then other people start talking shit. And then other people that weren't even like involved in that were just bystanders, somehow got roped into it. So you had like 5 different groups of people that were just fighting. And, like, it was insane. Like, I had this giant, like, juice head motherfucker that I was trying to, like, put in a chokehold to haul him off of this guy that he was punching while someone was, like, choking me. And then I had someone, like, trying to get that guy off of me. It was just all in the street, and it kept, like, getting broken up. And, like, it was just fucking madness.
Alex says, I was in a bar in Delphi, probably the Office Tavern. That's me talking. And literally every single person there, besides me and my coworker, were in this brawl. It was incredible. Breathtaking.
Sometimes you got to get into a good fucking 40-on-40 street fight to really just brighten up your Christmas. But it's
Yeah.
But yeah, this was just pandemonium, and like it was funny, and like it felt like, I mean, the cops showed up at some point, but like it literally felt like I was in the middle of this brawl for like an hour, and like
Yeah.
no one was there. It was like we get things calmed down, and then somebody would start fucking fighting again, and then we get things calmed down, and someone would start talking shit again. And it was
She
like,
said it was on
"Goddamn."
Valentine's Day. And she says, yes, it is the office. I know it's the office, Alex. There's only 2 bars in Delphi. And I guarantee you're not at the Smoking Dog.
The smoking dog.
The
How do you know so much
smoking
about the
dog.
bar life in Delphi?
I'm from Delphi.
Oh, okay.
I thought you knew that.
I don't know. I always
She says love was in the air.
love was some wasn't. Love, whiskey, and PCP were all in the air that night.
Probably some meth. It's Delphi.
Oh yeah.
It is Delphi. PCP? That's a good call.
They probably make a lot of bathtub meth out in Delphi. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
Drano. Drano. It's key ingredient in the Delphi.
I've never tried to cook meth, I believe is the term, but yeah,
She says meth.
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 Meth
Jinx
is
dick.
meth is
Actually
fresh and
not
full
Jinx
of life.
Actually, not Jinx, because you're responding like 30 seconds after I say it. Boom.
And that's
Thank
what we
you, live
call
delay.
latency.
Boom.
Coming at you. Shit.
So you
Well, yeah.
you left the bar scene
I
to
did.
pursue
I did.
sound.
I did do that, and I still do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not very good at it. I'm just kidding. I'm okay. But no, yeah, I left.
You do it a lot. I've every little event I go to, it's like, oh shit, there's Alan at the soundboard.
No, yeah, I got out of the vault, and I wanted to go do go mix music, and I talked to Kenny Max about like doing that. This whole thing was actually kind of like many years like kind of in the making.
Yeah.
Because like I went and did.
You always did it on the side too.
Well, kind of. It was weird because like I wanted Kenny to teach me like what he knows and like everything, that whole thing, and so he kind of like took me under his wing and started showing me stuff. But the problem was like working at a bar wasn't really conducive to getting weekends off to go mix sound at shows.
Yeah.
So, I had to kind of play a battle there of like when I could get time off, when I couldn't get time off. Like things just kind of had to fall where they were. And, he got a little frustrated because he was like, fuck, well, he's not putting in the time and I don't have time to teach him what I need to teach him how to do. And it was just kind of a weird back and forth thing. Well, he ended up getting hired at Purdue. And then I got hired on as like a temp up there, and I was working just part-time here and there. But even that was like here and there. Like when I say working, it was like I would maybe do like 1 gig every like month, maybe, because that's just what I had time to do.
Yeah.
Then there were also stretches where it was like, now luckily, because it's like a call list, you can kind of decide when you want to work. So, if I had time, like I would do like 3 or 4 gigs, like, within like a week or whatever. But,
Alex says, as sad as it made me to lose everyone, I'm so glad all of you got out of the vault. We had a whole conversation on that earlier.
yeah. And that's kind of the sentiment I think a scary large amount of people think, like that statement right there.
All
like,
of them
we
left
loved
at
all
once.
you guys, but yeah.
Everybody left at once.
And that was not planned.
No.
So everybody
I
knows
didn't think
that
it was. Yeah, Alex, you're just going to have to listen to this whole episode when it comes out tomorrow. It's been a great one so far. So yeah.
But yeah,
Sound.
so I sound. But yeah, so they had a few people leave to go do other things out of the audio department at Purdue, and so they had a few job openings. So I applied, and I actually got denied. First time I applied for a job there, I got turned down, which is fine because in the grand scheme of experience needed to do that, I did not have it.
Yeah.
So then I applied a second time. And I had talked to, the guy, their technical coordinator at the time, and the guy that was kind of the assistant director of the hall. Had a big interview with them. And I was like, look, like I am not anywhere near as technically proficient at this, but I am willing to learn. And, I'm a good team leader. I've got other qualities. And I kind of sold them on my personality, which I'm sure a lot of people think is complete shit, which is funny. But, I like to think I'm a nice guy.
I've seen you angry maybe once.
I get angry a lot. I just don't.
4 years I've known you. 4 years I've known you. I've maybe seen you irked one time.
No, I get that's Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good, but no, because I get annoyed at a lot of shit. Like I'm sure, like you can ask like Lance or any of the guys in Arcos. Like there's been times where I've just been
I think
like,
that's when I saw you pissed off.
like I will fucking kill everybody, and it's like
in Drench Coast.
the drench coast, a wrench,
A wrench.
Ah, look at that.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so and then that second time around though, yeah, it all worked out to where like they seemed to like me well enough. They liked the work that I had done, like just as a temp, and they were like, "All right, we'll give you a shot." So I got hired in, and I've been learning the more shit. Like it is just insane. Like every day is just something new over there. You know, I've been doing it for about a year and a half now, and yeah, there's still just so much like I do not know that I learn every day. But like, you know, my knowledge of being an audio engineer has gotten exponentially better than what it was. So, and I mean, I've gotten to do like monitors for national tours. I've gotten to like experience kind of like what that production like world is like, you know, which is really fucking cool. Eventually, like I'd like to go out on tour with like a group, like a production or a band or something. You know, I think that'd be fun to go do. But yeah, we'll see where it takes. I got a lot of work before I can even start thinking about any of that stuff yet.
I've here and there I've wanted to learn sound. Mostly just so I could freelance that shit. Like, say the Doom Room needs a sound guy for the night. Like, they have the gear.
Oh yeah.
They just need somebody to run the gear. So it'd be, and I'm always like, man, I could totally do that, but I don't want to screw it up.
Yeah, it's funny like when you get into it because like.
Well, the concept of the board is just overwhelming to me.
See, and it's funny when you start playing because like they've got that Personas board over there, which I've never actually used that, but like I know like the Personas, the way it's laid out. I mean, like, you know, when you think about an audio desk, it's like, okay, cool. I mean, I've got a fader, I have a gain knob.
Yep.
All right. So then up here, I have some EQ. So I just need to figure out how to make that pertain to that channel. So we'll press buttons for a minute, and then that'll work. And it's literally just a lot of trial and error. Yeah, you know, yeah, exactly. Well, some people don't know that. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, like, you know, it literally is like once you know kind of the concepts of what you're trying to do, it's just like, you know, I've got all the tools in front of me. I just need to make sense of it somehow, you know, and like that can be a very hard thing to do, you know, because like with me, there's like a few different boards I like to play on that I'm just it's very intuitive. I know what I'm doing. I go on other things and it's kind of just like, well, fuck, now I'm like all slow and I'm trying to like get things figured out, you know, but you know, it's all a big learning process. I mean, if you can go learn how to use 4 or 5 different audio desks, I mean, shit, you can go anywhere you want. It's like go to some bar, be like, hey, you need sound on this night. I don't have a PA, but I'll come run your shit. Yeah. It just makes you more marketable. So
it'd be fun because I mean, I enjoy mixing.
Yeah.
I enjoy mixing over here on Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it got to be somewhat similar.
I mean, like
you're just listening. You're listening for harsh frequencies.
Yeah, I mean, like you're listening for harsh frequencies, and I mean, like you need to make sure like you've got like, you know, gain structure can be a little bit different between like studio stuff and live stuff, you know. But that is also too. I mean, like the thing that fucks with you the most too is like just acoustics of a room and stuff. I mean, like you think you're hearing something that's really really fucked up, and you're trying to like EQ it out when in reality it's just the acoustics of the room, and there's nothing you can do about it, you know. So learning to like separate that's something that I mean I still try all the time, like to not over EQ stuff, you know. So. But yeah, I mean, it's practice. I think that's the one thing I love the most about the job that I'm doing now is I get that constant practice. Like I am hands-on doing audio every day, you know, and it's not like I have the opportunity to forget anything. Because like when I was working with Ron, it was like I go do like one show here, and that was only for the summer. Yeah. And then you take the winter off, you know. It's like then you get back behind the board, and you're like, okay, how do I turn on the compressor again? You know, you're like, fuck.
Alex says, Dick, are you aware that your ear is bright pink?
Oh, it is.
It is. It's the lighting.
Oh my,
Alex, you know the whole deal with the lighting here. Like whenever Miranda's in here, like her face is bright red, and you look at it, and it's not red at all.
I better say I look fairly pale right now.
I look really pale, but then again, the
actually I kind of look like I've got a little bit of
on me.
Yeah.
So
need to get yourself like some softer.
I do.
You need to get like a little like Alexa dot and like get like some smart bulbs and be like, Alexa, turn on red light number 1.
Alexa, podcast mood.
Did I tell you what I did with my Alexa?
What'd you do?
Oh, so I wish there was a way I could like cast this to your screen so people could see it, but I have a video on my phone. I got an Alexa dot for Christmas. I've never fucked around with any kind of smart home tech at all.
Okay.
So I got this thing and I'm like, all right, it's pretty neat. So I got some smart plugs. I got some smart bulbs. Start putting things together, and
Kyle says we both look beautiful.
That was exactly what I needed to hear to get through the rest of my week, and thank you. Thank you for all that you do. That man, that big,
man.
beautiful man.
I did ask a few people. By a few, I mean two. I asked Kyle too.
Oh,
I remembered asking him now.
One day, Kyle and I will be together on a podcast, and you will see some absolute magic fucking happen. Like if there was ever a time when like a sprinting unicorn would fly out of a fucking manhole, farting glitter into the eyes of a small child, that would be the podcast that it would be happening on. So Kyle, that's what we're doing here in a couple weeks. So get ready. But I took this back to my fucking stupid Alexa dot story. So I took this thing, tied everything in my living room. So I didn't realize you could program routines in it. And I saw this as a meme one time, and I was like, I have to try this. So I was like, all right, Alexa, when I say intruder alert, turn living room lights to dark red, say welcome to the jungle, get ready for games, and then play Raining Blood by Slayer. So I programmed this whole fucking routine in, and I got a whole like video of it on my phone. But literally I walked in, I'm like, Alexa, intruder alert. Lights, no shit, go to red. It says, welcome to the jungle, get ready for games. And then it fucking, like a little like 3-second pause, and then it starts playing fucking Slayer. I have 2 guinea pigs in my living room, all right? And we used
they're freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, they literally, like, the one just is sitting there, like, munching on his hay, and he's just like, the fuck is going on? He, like, dives over the fucking edge of his little house and, like, gets terrified for days, and, yeah.
That's some real...
Kyle, that's a lot to live up to. No, Kyle, it's not a lot to live up to. It's what's expected of us.
Remember, you got to make every day a big dick day.
BDD,
Confidence.
baby. BDD.
Confidence.
There it is. Unicorns flying out of manholes. But yeah, so I'm like, oh, this thing is fucking legit. So now the meme that I got that from had a Claymore Roomba involved in the equation. I have yet to get one of those. I do not have a Claymore Roomba yet, but I'm working on it.
Roomba.
Yeah, we'll get that figured out at some point.
As smart as this house gets, it's so far. I mean, I have a Google Home Mini, which is basically an Amazon Dot or
Okay.
Echo Dot.
Is it like you like tell it to do stuff and
Yeah.
it'll do it? Okay.
But I also have a Nest Nest doorbell and a Nest thermostat.
Okay. Well, a
that's-
Nest doorbell. What?
Yeah.
What is?
It's just a camera doorbell.
Oh, okay.
It's like the Ring.
Okay.
Just Nest.
See, I don't,
It's Google, not
I don't,
Amazon.
I don't think I would ever go down the road of like doing like smart cameras or like door locks, for example. I don't think I
do
would.
want to do the door lock, but we don't have a deadbolt on our door.
Oh,
Now the world knows that.
you might want to back this up, maybe erase some shit.
Oops.
It's all cool.
Oh well, I think we'll be all right.
How did people get into Dick's house? Well, he announced over the podcast the other day. Oh, that's fucking funny. But yeah.
Yeah. The Nest doorbell has been really great to have because not only do I get notifications on my phone when shit's like a mailman comes or somebody stops by, like it recognizes faces. So if somebody stops by very frequently, it'll start recognizing their face, and then you can save them in there saying, "Oh hey, like I have."
See,
Dave.
that's just fucking trippy. Because who's looking at that database though? Like,
Oh God.
you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I give people like ridiculous names. Like Dave is just Dave, but it's in all capital letters because every time I see him or want to talk to him, I just shout Dave.
yeah. I guess I shouldn't say that though, because I mean, like when you look at like, oh, like who could see that database? Like, there's not fucking 90 million satellites staring at everybody all day long, anyways. So
I'm not super creative with the names, but like Miranda's ex,
Big brother.
he's dipshit. He's just
Dipshit.
dipshit.
Nice.
I got the male dude.
Dipshit and male dude. Fuck
Nate
yeah.
Nate Phillips, Pod Daddy, Pod
Yep,
Daddy Nate.
Pod Daddy Nate. Pod Daddy Nate.
He pops in there. Yeah, it's been great, and you know it does capture things and shit. So shit that happens on my porch, I have recordings of it. It saves it for up to a week, and I can just go and view it and save it.
Maybe I should get, because there is the house across the street from me. My God, there's just so much going on at this. Like
we had a bird hit our
dude.
fly into our window, and we got it all on there. It just dive bombed.
There's a tent city that goes up across the street from my house in the summertime, and I've always wanted to know like what exactly goes on across there. So and there's all sorts of random people that will knock on my door in the middle of the night, and I'm like, who is that? Why are you here? What is going on? So maybe I should invest in one of those fucking cameras. I don't know.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Like I caught this. So this one time, the kid's dad drops them off.
Okay.
And I started when they're acting up or something like that or complaining too much for no reason, being kids.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, in this house, you're
Alex was like, you definitely have sketchy ass neighbors. Yes,
Nice.
yes, we do.
but I always tell them, hey, in this house, you're a Tyner.
All right.
So and then I was like, you can go be their actual last name over at your dad's, but here you're a Tyner in this house. So one time when he dropped him off, like they actually said that to him, like they were proud of it, like, hey, when we're here, we're Tyners. And he was like, no, you're this. And he's like, no, we're Tyners
man.
here.
So I'm guessing
I
that.
saved all that shit.
So I'm guessing that went over just amazingly.
I don't believe we got a shitty text for it, but it was hysterical.
Oh man.
Like I saved it all on my phone. Like I couldn't not.
That's pretty fucking funny.
Hey guys, check this out. My kids said they're Tyners to their dad.
No, Dad, we're Tyners. That's fucking hysterical.
But in this house, we're Tyner.
Be proud of who you are, kids. That's there you go.
Yeah, it's great. All right, I think it's about time.
Probably about time to
hold on,
wrap
Alex
this
said something.
shindig up.
Alex says, didn't like a drunk guy walk into your house once?
Oh, that was when the box of wine got stolen. If you want to hear about this before we depart.
Yeah, let's hear it real quick.
So this was a Roy joint. This story is a Roy story. I had worked a wedding. I bartended a wedding one summer, and they paid me a fuck ton of cash, and then they let me take like 4 boxes of wine they had left over that they were doing from the bar, and like some like barbecue. Like it was a pretty legit fucking deal.
Okay.
So I get home, and like I don't know, months go by, like this because I don't drink. I don't know if you could tell this about me. I don't drink boxed wine at home just in my spare time.
You
That's
don't
not
slap the bag.
something I do, But am I above doing it under the right circumstances? No, but hey.
I
So
feel that.
I had this. It was like a box of like bagged Chardonnay sitting in my fucking fridge. This thing has months. This thing has sat there.
Yeah.
So used to be like when Roy and I were there, if one of us was home, we just wouldn't really lock the door behind us or anything. We didn't really care too much. Like, if both of us were gone, we'd obviously lock everything up. But like, and now like we lock everything up just because neighborhood's kind of weirder now. But like back years ago, and this was probably about like 4 years ago, somewhere around there. I went to go do my thing. I think I went out to go out drinking or something. I left, came back to get my keys, or something I left there. Went moved again, and Roy was still there. He was showering and getting ready to do his thing.
Are you guys still over by the checkerboard?
Yeah, I literally live like a 1-minute drive from here.
Yeah.
I just go down State Street and then to Virginia, and then boom.
I didn't know.
But,
For some reason I thought you guys moved out of that place.
No, we're still there.
Nice.
Back when I was not single, I had explored the idea of moving out of there, but I'm not even going to go into all that. So I get like a text from Roy, I think is what it ended up being, and he was like, "Hey, some dude tried to get into the house. I had to chase him out. Blah blah." I was just like, "Wait, what?" Long story short, I'm trying to remember exact. Like, I wish I could remember the exact like text conversation between me and him. But what had ended up happening was some drunk dude wandered in through the back door, started rifling around through the fridge, maybe like looking for something to eat or something. I don't know what his deal was. Roy comes out. He's like, "Fuck are you doing here? You got to get the fuck out of here." And the guy's like, "Oh, just give me 1 second." He's like, "No, get the fuck out of my house." And so
there's no negotiation.
So
here.
he chases him out the house, and then I get home later that night, and I'm like, "Well, fuck, is anything gone?" Like we're like looking around, we're like scouring the house, trying to just make sure he didn't like take anything,
Yeah.
I look in the fridge. I'm like, "Roy, where's the box of fucking wine at?" I'm like, "Did you drink that or whatever?" And he's like, "No, I didn't fucking drink that shit." And I was like, "Well, it's gone." He was like, "That dude was rooting around in the fridge." I'm like, "Did you see him like take anything with him?" He was like, "I don't know. He kind of like had his arms like this across his like coat. I mean, it didn't look like he had it." I'm like, "That motherfucker took the box of wine." So we had some dude basically come into our house, raid our fridge, didn't find anything but a box of wine, took that and fucking bounced. Yeah. So that's
desperation.
That is where the people are at on that one. It's tough times out there, kids. So take it from me. Lock your refrigerator if you live behind a bar.
and your house.
And your house in general, I guess. That's really the big takeaway, I guess.
You're basically saying Okay, just
Oh,
just don't
God.
let them get in the fridge.
Yeah, just don't let they can roam freely through the rest of the house. Just don't let them get in the fucking fridge. We need to make sure the tacos are safe.
I am definitely
Oh
I'm
God.
definitely glad you told that story.
Yep.
All right. Thank you again.
No problem,
Alan.
dude. Hopefully this wasn't too controversial or too provocative or
Not,
too
not for this show.
too
This
heart pounding.
no such thing on this show. We basically do whatever the fuck we want on this show.
Fantastic. No, it was great having. Thanks for having me on,
Oh,
man. It
yeah.
was a lot of fucking fun, and I will come back again sometime soon. And
Oh, you will.
like I said, maybe we'll get the rest of the band up here. We can talk some more once we get this music video and
think-
shit figured out.
Now there's only Andreas and Aaron haven't been on the show.
We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them on here. It's gonna be great. And like I said, shameless plug. February 28th, fucking North End Pub. We're playing with
Marcos.
North Haven and Controvert, so it's gonna be a good fucking time. Come on out.
I'm excited. I'll be there.
Hell yeah.
The D will be there.
All right. Thanks for having me on, dude.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
And make sure you check out Arcos' new CD, The Black, out now on all that shit. Check it out. iTunes. I think is it on iTunes?
Does iTunes even exist anymore? Or is it Apple Music?
It exists.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It's on Spotify and
Yeah, check it out on Spotify.
yeah.
There you go.
Just go to fucking Spotify.
There you go.
Just
Go
do
to Spotify. If you see him out at a show, buy a physical copy. It's pretty sweet. You get to hear my sweet voice on it like a couple times.
That is true. He does do some guest vocalizing.
And Alan's got a special song on there.
I do.
I almost played it on
Everybody's it.
fucking tits.
Alrighty. Fuck yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Be sure to check out the Journey into Comics Network and all of its great shows. And we'll be back next week for our final show for roughly a month. And if that is all, please make every day a big dick day.
BDD.
Bye, guys. All right.
Fuck yeah, dude. That was awesome.
Thank you, Alex, if you're still watching. Thank you, anybody else that's still watching. And we'll be back next week. We'll see you later.